guys, Battle Systems here. I'm Colin.
I'm Stuart.
We're here to show you the beautiful retail version of Core Space. Here it is. I'm going to let Stuart talk you through this as it comes off the shelf, and then I'm going to show you how it goes back into the box after you play the game. Over to you.
Okay. So this is a heavy box. When you get one, you will see exactly what I mean.
It is heavy.
So, when you first open the box, you will get your playing area. This is a 2 foot square, 60 centimetre gaming mat, set up with a Sci-fi pattern. There's also a very faint grid on here, so you can use it for gaming where you're not using a ruler. You can just move inch by inch.
Brilliant, beautiful quality. Non-slip, rubber mat, brilliant.
Right, first thing you'll see underneath is these pieces of cardboard. These will all slot together like that, which we'll show you a bit later, and that will help you put everything back in the box. And down this side, you'll find all of your peripheral components for the game. First, on top here, this is solid plastic hostility tracker. There's a space here where you can put the board that will show you what hostility level you're at, and then up the side you put your pegs. Also using the same hard plastic, we've got these character dashboards. And again, they work with the characters' details that will go in here, and then the pegs in the bottom. You've got ammo, hostility, skill, and health pegs. You get more than you need of these.
Extra baggies as well, just for...
Always useful for every game.
Yep.
And these will just slot into there. And that will help you to track your health and ammo and your skill points during the games. You will get 8 of these, so that's the equivalent of 2 dashboard boosters. That's one for each of the complete crews you get in the game. Down here we have a bag of dice.
Cool.
You'll get your red and blue dice for combat, chance dice, purge dice, everything you need in there. You will also have a cloth bag. This is not a dice bag as it may look, it's actually used for storing your equipment tokens, as you'll see when we pack it back up again shortly. Here you have the event deck. There's 20 cards in there.
20 cards, yep.
They come out during the game and we'll just switch things up a bit.
They certainly do that.
Got these are the clip bases that go onto the bottom of the miniatures, and that's so if you're not going to paint your miniatures, you can tell who's a who's just at a glance. There's again 4 green, 4 blue, 1 for each crew. Finally, in the bottom of here, we have the plastic clips. These are really simple to use, they just hold all your walls together, and that's what you use to build your 3D board. I'll show you a bit of that later. We've got separate tutorial videos for all of the scenery, which you can check out on our website.
Totally, and they're going to be really useful when you're playing the game for the first time. Literally just, grab those tutorial videos, have a look through, we'll basically show you how to do it all.
Mm-hmm. One thing you may notice about this space and a couple of others in the game is they're slightly bigger than they need to be. That's on purpose, because for example, if you were to buy Core Space and then later you go out and buy an expansion, there is still room to put your extra cards in. We've thought ahead with all of the expansions we've got planned, and they will all fit back into the same box. Right, and this side we've got the exciting bit.
This is always my favourite bit.
So in here you'll find your Core Space miniatures. They've all been colour coded, so you've got your 2 crews. All the crews are in grey, so you can mix and match the characters between crews. You've got the starting ones here, but you can mix and match.
And you've got those colour bases anyway.
And you've got the colour bases to differentiate them once you've picked your characters. In blue, that's all your NPCs. So there's civilians in the box, and there's more that come in the other expansions. And then finally, in tan, we've got Colin's favourite colour.
My favourite colour, tan.
We've got the purge. So you've got your harvesters here, 2 devastators, the assassin, and the live one. You can look at the high-res pictures on our website, but the detail on these miniatures is exceptional.
It is great. I mean, for a production plastic miniature, these are definitely up there with the best. Comparing it to all of the other miniatures out there, they are. I'm just stunned. I shouldn't be, because we spent a lot of time, putting these miniatures together. We really focused on them, but the miniatures are stunning. Yeah,
and especially when you consider how thin these harvesters are. There's very little bend to the plastic. They stand up straight. and they're really nice to paint. Lots of sharp detail on those.
Yeah, brilliant.
As I said with the event cards, you'll also notice there are extra spaces here. That is so that when you buy your expansions, there's room to put them all in. If you buy some extra crews, you've got these spaces here, loads of extra purge, all that kind of thing can fit straight into the box.
Definitely. And also when you're playing core space as well, all the little plastic pegs, you're going to be, you're going to be spending ammo, they go in, you're going to reload your gun, you're going to lose health. These are great places. This is a great little tray to use while you're playing the game, just to chuck things in and bring it out so the game stays fast paced.
Yes, it can be a bit fiddly to get them in and out the baggies during a game. So
yeah, exactly.
If you put your pegs in here, counters in there, then
definitely
use that. Next, you'll find your rulebook. In here is a lot more than you would expect to see in a standard board game. Chunky book, comes in at 104 pages. Don't be intimidated though, that's not all the rules. That's the rules are part of it, and then you get so much more. I'll just give you a quick flick through. Got a section on all the components, how everything works, how to put your terrain together. As I said before, that's how your clips work. So yeah, the book will take you through all of the core rules of the game, setting it up, all of the actions you can take, how to use your skills, and then how all the purge and the other NPCs work. So that's all detailed here. The NPCs that you get in the game, the civilians, all of their rules are here. So once you know everything up to here, you can play the game. So that's the first 40 pages or so, and that's all you need to know.
And we've really spent some time on the photographic work in this particular book to make sure that the examples we've given are really clearly illustrated, and they've got it's photos of the game while it's being played, so you can very easily see when we're trying to explain a rule what it looks like in practical ways in the game, and that really does make a big difference when you're playing the game for the first time. It's really, really good. No expense spared.
So, once you've learned how to play the game, you've played a few times, you might want a bit more. So, the next section is missions. This will explain how to set up storylines around your game, how to set up the map, everything like that. What cards you use, rescue missions if you need to go back in and save someone.
Which you might have to do.
You probably will have to do. And then there's a kind of standard salvage run mission here. This is the kind of thing where you can replay it over and over and over again, and it'll be different every time. So there's that. There's also how to select a crew. So you can just take the standard crew out of the box, and for your first few games, that's what we recommend you do. But as I said, you can mix and match characters from across all of the different crews that we make, and you can do that here. Next, campaigns. Now these are really fun. This is what you do in between your games. So once you've finished, you can advance your crew, go in and rescue characters. You can trade all of the things you've found to get money, which you will need to maintain your ship.
It's brilliant. You can literally go shopping. You'd have to choose where you're going to go. You go shopping, and it's brilliant. It's one of my favourite bits.
So yeah, there's a bit more on the trade phase there. Then, now you know how campaigns work, here's a pre-made one for you. So again, like we said with designing missions, you don't have to do it yourself. You can just use the one straight out of the box. So this uses the starting crews as they come, and then there are 10 pre-made missions with a continuous storyline, lots of exciting special rules. All the maps are designed for you. So there's 10 of those missions.
Missions are really good as well because there's like the narrative story all the way through it. So you get to a certain point and you get a little break and you get like a little bit of narrative story that tells you what happened at this particular part, blah 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 blah, and then it's like, wow, it's the final showdown. It was really enjoyable playtesting that campaign. It was brilliant.
Right, we've then got a little bit of background on the 2 crews that you get in the game. So we've got the Black Maria, captained by Jace, and there's just some background on how they work. What you'll see at the bottom here is their class boards. On the class board is where you mark which skills a character has got. On here we've shown you which skills you should use if you don't want to design them yourself. If you just want to play straight out of the box, just mark off the ones shown here. Yeah. The same again for the Iron Hope and their Captain Ariana. Finally, at the back of the book is the reference section. So if you need to look up what a certain skill does, or a special rule, or a little icon, all of that is in the back here. Finally, inside back cover, leave this open during your games, and this is just a quick reference of everything you need to know. There's all of the actions, how the purge work, what all of the weapon stats mean, all of that you can see at a glance during the game. So that's the rule book. final thing in the box is what you're going to make your board out of. So here you'll get a big pile of sheets of cardboard. You've got your walls. There's a good few sheets of those. There's also the crates, which will need some light assembly. And then you've got your character boards and all the tokens and other things you'll need to play the game. You'll see it's all going to come flat packed, but obviously you're not going to want to put it back in the box that way. Yep. So now we'll show you how to do that.
Okay, so we've got an empty box because you've just played a stunning game of Core Space.
It was great.
It was really, really good, and I won. All right. So what you need to do basically is obviously then you need to put it all back in the box. Now, first time you do this, you're going to have to assemble this crazy thing, okay, which is basically lattice, so you can do that. And while Stuart's doing that, I've got all the terrain pieces here, so you've got all these little cool ground conduits, you've got the little cargo crates, which you're going to put all your little counters and everything in, which is really, really cool. Yeah, we're going to put those back in the box. Your tray here,
okay.
Very well done. Okay, so you've got the tray here with your event cards, all the counters and everything. If I just pop that in there, you can actually see what we've done. We've just put all the counters back in here. All your little equipment token counters have gone back in. I've got the dice in there, and you see there's a little bit of extra space in there. I've got the dashboards and then the pegs and everything down at the bottom, just back in their baggies for good storage. Event cards on top. So all that fits in there really nicely. This is the bit. Don't think you've got to take this apart. You do not. Once you put it together, you've got it there, and all you do is you start to place that back into this area here, you'll find that you've got more than enough space in here to put everything back into the box. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so that's all the terrain bit, and you can see we've still got a lot of area here. All of the walls I've just packed together, put some elastic bands around those, you end up with a nice solid block of cardboard straight into there. The little girders that look really, really cool, but at the same time also help hold all the terrain together. And I've got just a collection of baggies left really here, which we can put some in the miniatures box. You've got things like, I've got some tokens in there, and I've got the little struts and all the decoration-y pieces and bits and pieces we've got here. We've got things like the purge board. We'll just put that on top of there, and we've got all your character cards and all your other bits and pieces, your ship boards. These things here can go in there. You've got your character class boards that Stuart was talking you through earlier on, and you can just see there's actually plenty of room to fit whatever you want in there. And if you've got some of the other training expansions, there's bits of area. You've got your extra crew cards, you can pile those up here, yeah, there's lots of space there basically. The lattice has got this little kind of groove on it here, running all the way through a recess, and what that does allows you to put your range ruler across here, because it doesn't fit in the box there, because we've got a very specific size range ruler for our game, and that stops it from getting crushed or bent in any way, shape or form. You can just leave the hostility board in the hostility tracker, and that will fit on top. And as mentioned before, there's a lot of space under here for extra event cards that you'll get in various expansions, etc.
They'll also fit if you put sleeves on them as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And then finally, you've got the book and the miniatures box, which go on top. And as you can see, this is already looking like the retail box when you first opened it. Lots of room in there for the mat, and if I just reach over and grab the lid, we can then pop the lid back on top. And you've now got a box that can go straight on the shelf and is ready to play for the next mission in that particular campaign or whatever you're doing. Yeah, and that's really, really useful for just keeping everything in place and is really, really, really cool. Mm-hmm. So there you go. That is the Core Space retail game in all its glory and magnificence. I think we'd agree on that, wouldn't we?
Definitely.
Well, we would anyway.
Yeah.
So there we go. Okay, there you go. Hope you enjoyed that quick talk through of the retail game, the contents and how it all works and how to pack it away. I think that's us done.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Enjoy Core Space and happy gaming.